Donald Trump's Chicago ICE raids could backfire and lead to legal ramifications that limit the power of ICE. Let me explain. I'm an independent journalist that's been covering Donald Trump and American politics for over a decade now. I've made appearances on MSNBC, CNN, I've read a best-selling newsletter on Substack, and I documented every single day of Trump's first term. And I'm here to tell you that those horrific ICE raids in which they raided an entire apartment building, zip-tied children, and detained U.S. citizens with no acknowledgement of probable cause or identifying exactly what they were doing could have violated the Fourth Amendment in real profound ways that could lead to a class action lawsuit that could limit the power of ICE. Let me explain even further. The Fourth Amendment is very clear. I just want to lay it out here for you. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued without probable cause. That's what the Fourth Amendment outlines. It is cut and dry. It seems pretty clear to me that ICE agents raiding an entire apartment building in the middle of the night, taking children, in some cases didn't have clothes on, zip tying them, taking entire families and detaining them without explaining what was going on, including black residents that had nothing to do with the ICE alleged reasoning to go after gang members, is a clear, unreasonable search and seizure. So I posted about this on Twitter, and I said that this seems to me a massive class action lawsuit's in the works here. There's a lot of evidence that could contribute to that, right? And a class action lawsuit is essentially when a group of individuals come together to make a claim against a government or an entity, right? And the Supreme Court just limited the power of federal injunctions when based on an individual case, right? But they still allowed federal injunctions and blocks to federal action when a class action lawsuit is levied. That's why it's important to do a class action lawsuit. So I said that basically what happened here probably means the Fourth Amendment was violated at scale. And here's the interesting part. A lawyer responded to me. So a lawyer at the Institute for Justice directly responded to me and said they already have one class action lawsuit in Alabama, which I have read about, that makes claims based on the Fourth Amendment. And now they're trying to reach out to the Chicago residents, the citizens that were impacted by this, because it's a lot easier to prove, especially with citizens, that their rights were violated. So there are lawyers that are on this, and this could be a case we see filed. If you know any of the residents that were in that apartment building that were impacted by the Chicago ICE raid, tell them to reach out to the Institute for Justice. Their lawyers are waiting to hear from these people to file potentially another class action lawsuit. Definitely put them in touch, because we could see movement here in a potentially a big way.